Hey, how you doing? I'm Mr. Nine World. I'm here to talk to you about The Blood of Angels, a brand new novel written by F. Barton Davis coming soon. And really, this channel, these videos, that's what we'll be discussing. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about the characters and talk about them, not give away any spoilers. I want you to read the book, okay? But talk about the characters some and talk about the universe a lot.
So if you're into world building, if you're into fantasy, and you're gonna love this. And this channel is for you. Um, Not just this book, like I said before, but all the books that come after are in this universe, the nine worlds. And so we're gonna touch a lot on what this universe is like, the type of characters you have, and really the mythology around it, and its connection to our history. And you can decide whether this is fiction or not. Maybe you'll sleep better if you believe it's fiction. But we're going to delve into all this. And not just that, F. Barton Davis wrote a previous book in the same universe called Shadow Dancers. Shadow Dancers, it's available on Amazon. You don't have to read Shadow Dancers to enjoy The Blood of Angels. But if you do read it, you'll get added benefit, right? It's based in the same universe. Some of the same characters appear in The Blood of Angels. And so Shadow Dancers is a very cool read. You can get it on Amazon. And so that's available. Here again, so that's there. It's based in the same universe. Now, I digress. Let's go back to The Blood of Angels. That's what we're talking about today. The Blood of Angels is a story about four teens, four friends, and the adventures that they have together. And it starts out with three best friends, David Alexander Stone, Brantley James Scott, that they call BJ, and Eden Grace Garcia, that they call Edie. And they go on a road trip. And on the road trip, they meet Amasemi Nicole Brooks. Everyone calls Amasemi Semi. And they hit it off with her and they become friends. And David and Semi have a special connection. It's love at first sight. I mean, that magical love at first sight.
Just shut up. You had me at hello.
Yeah, like what she said. And there's so much in love. Don't we all love a great love story? Don't we all want that kind of tremendous connection? Just a special kind of love.
I love you. You complete me.
Yeah, like what he said. That magical love. And it should be this tremendous love story. But you know, in the nine worlds, things get really, really complicated. And not just that, there's more to Semi than what David knows. And it starts them on a journey, this relationship to the nine worlds. Worlds full of mystery and hidden danger. And the four teens get pulled in more and more. And things will never be the same. So, having said all that, one of the challenges that each character is presented with, they all have a special issue, a special question that confronts them. And they've got to wrestle with that during the course of their journey. And for each character, it's a little bit different. So what I want to talk about for the rest of this video is kind of break down each one of the four characters and talk about what the primary issue is confronting them as they start the journey. And it's going to be fun to see how they answer it as they go along. So let's go. Let's talk about it. So let's get started with Semi and talk about what the big issue is that confronts her.
We live in a cynical world. A cynical world.
Yeah, that's what Semi's about to find out. You see, all Semi's life, she's been told that she's special. And she's trained to be a warrior since the day she was born, with the promise that one day she would be much, much more. But Semi's chosen love, and love's a dangerous path. So the question she's faced with is just this: What will she do for love? What will she do? Will she risk everything? Is she willing to fight for it? Give everything she has for it? Is she willing to die for it? And with her last breath, will she vow to do it all over again? What will Semi do for love? You gotta give me a second. Whew. I get choked up just thinking about Semi's journey. But I digress. Because David finds himself facing the same question. I mean, this girl he met and fell in love with at first sight. I mean, maybe he'd be fine without her, right? But
what if fine isn't good enough? What if I want extraordinary?
But here's the thing. Extraordinary has a price. And he's got to take a leap just for the chance to see Semi again.
Because that's what people do. They leap
And hope to God they can fly.
Okay, lover boy. That's tough talk, but the question still remains. What will David do for love? Is he willing to care more than anyone thinks is possible? To dare more than anyone thinks is wise? Is he willing to risk everything? To go anywhere? To confront whatever is in front of him? Even if that means becoming a soldier in a secret war he never knew existed. What will David do for love?
Falling. And there's only one person that makes me feel like I can fly. That's you.
Well, lover boy, it's not that kind of story. And it's going to take more than chasing down a cab to win the one you love. Much, much more. Welcome to Love in the Nine Worlds. So this brings us to Brantley James Scott, affectionately called BJ. And yes, Brantley James Scott, yes, his mom was a big One Tree Hill fan, but we digress. But anyway, Brantley's been best friends with Edie and David since they were 12 years old, when Edie and David moved from New York down to Alabama. And they hit it off, and they've been great friends ever since. And I mean, Edie's talented and popular, always has been, and David became a jock, and everybody loves David, and he's confident. And then there's BJ, much more likely to run from a fight than to stand up for himself. I mean, that's the truth of it. And before he met David, he was constantly bullied. But, I mean, he's skinny and scrawny and short, and, I mean, girls don't look his way, and people, it's like he was born to be a sidekick, born to be the comic relief in his own story. I mean, that's BJ, right? He's not a hero. He's not that guy. But all of a sudden, he gets the opportunity to become something different overnight, to be instantly transformed into the guy of his dreams. I mean, bigger, stronger, faster, tall, handsome. I mean, gifted in every single way. Someone who was blessed to be the hero in the story, not the sidekick. The kind of guy that every other guy wants to be and every woman wants to be with. All of a sudden, this is his. And we know this from life, that every gift has a price. But what could go wrong? I mean, this is great. I mean, this is everything he ever wanted. But it is the 9 worlds. And there is a price to pay. So, BJ, is it worth it? Can you pay it? And what will happen if you do? Now, this brings us to the hero of the story. Well, at least the hero according to her. Eden Grace Garcia, affectionately called Edie. And Edie never set out to be a hero. She never set out to have an adventure. She never wanted any of this. For her, the question is, how far will you go for family? And make no mistake, David is family. David's her little brother. They're a month apart, but David's always been a little brother. And no, they're not physically siblings, but they've been raised up together since they were in diapers. I mean, she lived for a couple of years in David's house. He's always been her brother. He is her brother in every single way. And they've always had each other's backs. Now look, if you ask David, he'll say he's the tough one, right? He's the tough guy, ex-jock, all that. But don't get it twisted. Edie is a tough one. She's always had his back. She's always protected David, and she always will. So if he's going to rush into God knows what and God knows where, how far will you go for family? Edie's ride or die in every sense of the word. Now, she hopes it's more riding and less dying. But she's all in. No matter what it takes, no matter what changes happen, she is going to ride with her brother. Well, that's it for the character motivations today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want more, please press the subscribe button now. Don't forget, subscribe, please, please, please. And also, please comment. And I promise I'll get back to you. I want to hear from you.
That's it for now. Until next time, Kayas Ago de Mom. I'll see you soon.